Do you think my hands are big enough? Finding time to video. We're both suffering the same problem, being busy women with families and things to do during the day, and time just runs out, right? And that's why you are with me, because if I don't do this now, I'm not going to have enough light or enough time to do this when I get home. I'm about to walk into Bach Musica in New Zealand, and they've invited us along to do some painting while they perform at the town hall today. I don't know how that's going to go. It's a group of urban sketches, and pretty much all of us avoid drawing people, so this should be really interesting or really terrible. I'm not really sure. So you asked about training. I'm actually giving some training, which is kind of weird and horrific at the same time. After we created the new templates and components for the new website, we had to teach the people who look after the website how to use those new components, and more importantly, we had to teach them about the new ways of thinking about the web. The new ways of thinking about the little girl running past. So teaching them our new content strategy, and putting the users at the center of our thinking. We're making decisions about the content we put online, about mobile first, that things have to be written, that content needs to be developed and written for many devices, not just a desktop. So that's the part that I train. It's about 45 minutes of me talking, really, and then offering support as people get used to using the new website and the new components. We've probably trained several hundred people at this point as their content migrated onto the new website, and we are now working to get that training into business as usual, so it will be delivered by proper trainers who do a proper good job, and that's the stage we're at now. So when I say I'm doing training today, that's what I'm doing. So here we are inside the town hall, and it took a while for the people to arrive and fill up, but they did. And I managed to do a few sketches. It's very hard to draw in the dark and very hard to draw people who are moving a lot, but this is what I managed to do. My little project is going to be this front room here, and it's quite a bright room. It gets a lot of sun, and there's hardly any walls in here actually. It's mostly window. Ow, shit, fall over, ow! I just tripped over the stupid airbed that's on the floor. Why is the airbed on the floor? So we had the girls stay, and so I should have just tumbled with them. So the girls stayed this weekend, so the airbed's still on the floor. And that's it, they don't really have, we have one single bed, they don't really have anywhere to sleep. Plus Greg is using this room as his wardrobe. You can see, you know, he's got all his stuff in the wardrobe, because this house was built in the 60s where people didn't think anyone needed to have a wardrobe. So I'm going to do something with this room. I am me, and I'm going to pay people to do the bits that I find difficult or don't know how to do, so that those difficult things or things I don't know how to do won't hold me up. So what I'd like to do, come look over here, is take this wall, which I hope you can see, over here, so you come in the door over here, and then there's a little alcove here and a little teeny wardrobe here. So I'm getting the wardrobe people to come and give me for instance, that they could design some sort of built-in wardrobe unit here. So the alcove will be gone right there, and then paint the ceiling. I was going to wallpaper what's left of the walls. There's really only, once there's a wardrobe in there, there's just a little bit of wall here, one wall here, and then just a pelmet. So I was going to wallpaper it, or get someone to wallpaper it, but now I'm going to paint it, because I can't get a wallpaper of the colour that I want, but I can get the paint. Stupid airbed, who didn't put it away? That's my step towards a more cosy home. Project spare room, and I won't fall over then on everything that's on the freaking floor. Yeah. So what I mean by priming myself is pretty much what you were saying about before you go and do a speech or something like that. Sort of giving yourself confidence. It's the same thing. It's like just getting ready, really. So I prime myself for enthusiasm. Today, I'm going to be positive. So we had, for instance, last week, after a year of waiting, we finally found out what our restructure, though they don't call it a restructure, I can never think of the word, but it is a restructure. We found out what the restructure was going to be in our department. And I had an inkling, little birdie, that it was going to happen last week. So I primed myself for that day, and then again the next day when it happened, great story, primed myself to be positive about it, because what are you going to do? You're going to be negative? That's not going to get you anywhere when you're working. Prime myself to be open, prime myself to be positive, prime myself to really concentrate and listen and take it in, prime myself to not say anything until I had my ducks in a line, until I had my thoughts, So I was like ready, I had all that ready in my head. So that's kind of what I mean by priming myself. You say bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye. Say ta-da to fox. Oh, what a tub. See you later. Have a great week. Can't wait to hear from you on Friday. See you later. I swear to God, as soon as I get the camera facing her, she stops doing whatever she does and she just walks away. What a prima donna. See you, bye.